everyone, this is Dr. K. Jagannaiki, Professor in MBA Department, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So today I'm going to discuss with you about trading account. So in the final accounts, this is the first account which is based on the trial balance, ledger and journal transactions. After going through this topic, the learner will be able to understand the concept of trading account and what is the importance and how to prepare the trading account. So preparation of final accounts is the final destination of the accounting process. So every company at the end of the financial year, they used to prepare final accounts like trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet account. So final accounts include two statements. One is income statement that reflects the outcome of business activities during an accounting period. So by preparing income statement, one can able to analyze their financial status, whether the company is running with profits or losses. And the second one is balance sheet, which show the position of the business at the end of accounting period. So where we used to find out the assets and liabilities. So resources owned as assets, whereas the sources of funds as liabilities, and that also included capital. The objective of financial statement is to provide information about the financial strength, performance, and changes in financial position of an enterprise that is useful to a wide range of users in economic decisions. So financial statement should be understandable, relevant, reliable and comparable. So just by looking into the financial statements, anybody can understand easily about the financial status of the company. And whatever information that is they are going to furnish in the financial statements, that should be relevant. And the financial statements we can also able to compare with different years, and based on that the management is to make effective decisions in the long run. So reported assets, liabilities and equity are directly related to an organizational financial position. So reported income and expenses are directly related to the financial statements. In coming to the preparation of financial statements, as I told you, we used to prepare profitability statement, balance sheet, and before going to prepare that, one more statement is there that is known as trading account. So profitability statement is that which is related to a complete accounting period. It shows the outcome of business activities during that period in a summarized form. The activities of any business will include purchase, manufacture and sell. Coming to the balance sheet, as the name itself indicates that we have to balance both assets and liabilities. Whatever the business needs for longer life, and such resources are not related to any particular accounting period but are to be used over useful life thereof. These resources then do not come for free and one requires finance to acquire them. So this funding is provided by the owners through their investment, or sometimes they used to acquire from other sources. So balance sheet shows the list of resources and the funding of the resources. That means that in a balance sheet we can see assets and liabilities towards owners and outsiders. It is also referred as sources of funds. Liabilities and capital and application of funds, that is known as assets. So whatever assets lies with the business and how effectively you are going to spending and maintaining those assets in the long run, so that we can able to generate profits and also have long-term sustainability in the market. So let us begin with trading account. Trading account is an account which is prepared by a mercantilizing concern which purchases goods and sells the same during a particular period. The purpose of trading account is to find out the gross profit or gross loss, which is an important indicator of business efficiency. The following items will appear in the debit side of the trading account. So the first one, opening stock. In case of trading concern, the opening stock means the finished goods only. So the amount of opening should be taken from the trial balance. So before going to prepare the final accounts, so first we should prepare a statement which is known as trial balance. So based on the trial balance, we need to specify whatever amount we entered in the trial balance as opening stock, and the same value we should carry forward while preparing the trial balance. The second one is purchases. The amount of purchases made during the year. Purchases include cash as well as credit purchase. The deduction can be made from purchases such as purchase return, goods withdrawn by the proprietor, goods distributed as free samples, etc. The next one is direct expenses, which means all those expenses which are incurred from the time of purchases to making the goods in suitable condition. So direct expenses are those expenditure that is directly involved in the production of goods and services. So these expenses include freight inward, octroi, wages, etc. The next one is gross profit. Gross profit, if the credit side of the trading account is greater than the debit side of trading account, then gross profit will arise. The following items will appear in the credit side of the trading account. Sales revenue. The sales revenue denotes income earned from the main business activity or activities. The income is earned when goods or services are told to customers. If there is any return, it should be deducted from the sales value. As per the accrual concept, income should be recognized or reorganized as soon as it is accrued and not necessarily only when the cash is paid for. So whenever a particular transaction that is realized, that should be mentioned as sales revenue. Closing stock. In case of trading business, there will be closing stock of finished goods only. According to convention of conservatism, stock is valued at cost or net realizable value, whichever is lower. Gross loss means when debit side of trading account is greater than credit side of the trading account, gross loss will appear. So this is the pro forma of trading account. So here you have to specify trading account for the academic year, for the financial year ended like 23-24, like that we have to specify. And left hand side is known as debit side, right hand side credit side. Coming to the particulars of debit side, we have to specify opening stock, finished goods, purchases. In case of purchases returns given, then that should be subtracted from the purchases. Then we can generate gross profit. And the same gross profit which is transferred to profit and loss account. And coming to the credit side, we have sales. In case of sales returns, that should be subtracted from the sales. Add closing stock, finished goods, then we'll get gross loss. Again, gross loss, it should be transferred to profit and loss account. So let us discuss how to prepare a trading account with the following example. The following are the ledger balances presented by Mr. and Mrs. P. Sen as on 31st March 2013. So we have given some particulars, amount. This is debit side, as it is ledger. Debit side, we have to specify the stock, purchase, carriage inwards, wages, freight, and on the credit side, sales, return inward, return outward, royalty on production, gas and fuel. So that like this we have given the data, and apart from that we have some additional information. Stock on 31st/3/2013. Market price is 24,000, cost price is 20,000, stock value 10,000 were destroyed by fire, and insurance. Company admitted the claim to the extent of 6,000. Then goods purchased for 6,000 on 29th March 2013 but still lying in transit. Not all recorded in the books. The next goods taken for the proprietor for his own use for 3,000 and outstanding wages amounted to 4,000. Freight was paid in advance for 1,000. So using this data, we have to prepare trading account. So this is the trading account. How we used to enter the given transactions, and based on that we have prepared an account. In the books of Mr. and Mrs. P. Singh, trading account for the year ended 31st March 2013. So debit side, we have to start with opening stock, to opening stock, to purchase. From that we have to subtract, return outward. So whatever total we'll get from that, again less goods taken by the proprietor, and for that we have to add goods in transit. Next add wages and also add outstanding expenses whatever is given. To carriage forwards, freight, from that already we have prepaid freight charges, so that should be subtracted. Add loyalty and production to gas and fuel to profit and loss account. Then we'll get gross profit which is transferred to P&L account. So here the opening stock that has been given 10,000, and next by making all these adjustments we got 1,53,000, wages 30,000 plus 4,000, 34,000. Then carriage inwards to freight less prepaid. Then we have 10,000 and the other one like 7,000, 6,000. If you add all these things, we got 3,20,000. Coming to the credit side, sales given in the problem, sales 3 lakhs. From that, sale subtract return inward 16,000, and whatever amount we got, that is total sales, that is 2,84,000. Then closing stock 20,000. For that, add stock destroyed 10,000. So 20 plus 10, 30,000. For that, add goods in transit 6,000. So here we have 36,000 as closing stock. If you add these two, we got 3,20,000. Then another example, if you take from the trial balance of Mr. and Mrs. Brijesh and Sons, prepare final accounts for the year ended on 31st March. Hit some adjustments. Finished goods stock on 31st March, valued at cost price 4,20,000 and market price 4 lakhs. Depreciate furniture at the rate of 10% per annum and machinery at the rate of 20% per annum on reducing balance method. Third one, rent of 5,000 was paid in advance. Salaries and wages due but not paid 30,000. Make a provision for doubtful debts at the rate of 5% on debtors and commission receivable 5,000. So using the above data, we have prepared trading account for the year ended 31st March 2013. Debit side, opening stock plus finished goods, purchases, from that subtract purchases return, carriage inwards, wages and salaries, and gross profit. So if you consider these details, opening stock, finished goods, in that we'll get 2 lakhs plus if you take purchases minus purchases return, we'll get 21 lakhs 50,000. Then carriage inwards, the amount is 50,000. Wages and salaries 80,000. Then whatever amount we used to get, that is gross profit carried down. And whereas here, if you see sales 35 lakhs, from that we have to subtract sales return. Then we got 34 lakhs. Closing stock, finished goods, that is 4 lakhs. Add up. The difference between these two is our gross profit 13 lakhs 20,000. That is the gross profit, and which can be transferred to profit and loss account. See the profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2013. On left hand side, which is known as debit side, we have to mention administrative expenses, salaries and wages, 2,20,000. From that, add not paid 30,000. So it becomes 2,50,000. Depreciation on furniture 40,000. Depreciation on machinery 60,000. Insurance 60,000. Rent 60,000, and less paid in advance. That we have to subtract 60 minus 5,000. So we'll have 55,000. Then printing and stationery 30,000. Then coming to selling and distribution expenses, advertising 50,000. Next, carriage outwards 40. Discounts 5,000. Bad debts 10,000. Commission 10,000. Provision for doubtful debts 10,000. And the credit side, already we have gross profit based on the trading account. That should be transferred to credit side of the profit and loss account. So that is 13,20,000. Discount received 5,000. Commission received 30,000. Add receivables. So total 35,000. Then if you add both totals, we'll get 13,60,000 on both the cases. So basing on profit and loss account, then we have to prepare balance sheet as on 31st March 2013. So balance sheet format will be like this: debit side, liabilities, whereas credit side we have to mention assets. So coming to the liabilities, based on the given problem, Brijesh Capital 5 lakhs. From that we have to subtract drawings 70,000. For the same, add net profit for the year, which we brought from the profit and loss account 7,40,000. Then include long-term liabilities. If anything is there, that should be added. Then current liabilities, we have given two types of current liabilities. One is sundry creditors, another one is outstanding salaries and wages. So if you add up those things, we have 16 lakhs total liabilities. But let us go with assets. There are two types of assets we used to talk about. One is fixed asset. Fixed assets means the assets are like immovable properties like furniture, machinery, land, building, etc. So they comes under fixed asset. So in the problem, we have fixed assets like furniture. From that we have to subtract depreciation. Then machinery, less depreciation. If any loose tools, that also comes under fixed assets. So we have the total 3,60,000 fixed assets, and machinery, depreciation also have to subtract from that 3 lakhs. Then we'll get 2,40,000, and loose tools, the amount is 1 lakh. Then current assets. So coming to the current assets, we have stocks, sundry, debtors. From that we have to subtract provision for doubtful debts, bills receivables, cash in hand, cash at bank, petty cash, prepaid rent, commission receivables. These are all comes under the category of current assets. So if you add fixed assets plus current assets, then your total should be 16 lakhs. That's how in balance sheet we used to balance assets and liabilities. So closing stock is valued at market price here as it is less than cost price. So this concept is known as conservatism concept. Returns in debit column mean sales return, while that in credit column means purchase return. And discounts in debt column mean allowed, which is known as an expense, and that is in credit means received, which is considered as income. Commission in debit column mean allowed. Again it is an expense. The same if it is on credit means received as an income. There are two peculiar items given in the trial balance. One is salaries and wages and the other is wages and salaries. So the interpretation is where the first reference is made to wages. It is assumed to be directly for goods and taken to trading account. If the first reference is to salaries, then it is assumed to be related to office and taken to profit and loss account. So one can understand and they should have clarity between these two peculiar items while preparing profit and loss account and trading account. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.